and welcome back to Making Number Sense Make Sense. Today I'm going to share with you 5 low prep and no prep games that you can play with your students right away. The first game is using simple dice and, of course, a poppet. So the way that you play this game is you simply roll a dice, and however many are rolled is how many your students would pop on their poppet. Your students can play on their own. They can play with a partner and see who can finish their poppet the fastest. They can write down however many they pop to see how many tries it gets them to finish their poppet. There's lots of different things that you can do with a poppet and a dice for a really fun math workshop station. The second game is called Empty the Board. So the way that you play is you're going to fill the board with Unifix cubes or some other counter, and then when your students roll the dice, whatever number they roll, they're going to take just one cube off of their board until they completely empty their board. Now, I have a sampler version that you can get for free in the link in the description, but the full version has for 1 to 6, 2 to 9, so that's a traditional dice, and a 1 to 3 dice, and also a version with 2 dice, so that is available in the link in the description. The third game is a roll and write. So very similar to Empty the Board, roll and write would have a board, and then they roll their dice, and whatever number they roll, they would write that number down. Two versions of that game with tracer numbers and without tracer numbers is also included in the free sampler that you can get in the description box below. The fourth game is a roll and build, and you can play this a lot of different ways. You can play it with a 10 frame, and then they roll a dice and put up however many they rolled on their 10 frame, or you can play with some other kind of builder, and then they could just keep adding to their cube tower or whatever they're building. Every time they roll, they add something to their creation, their cube creation, whatever they'd like, until they're finished or until their time is up. The fifth game is a roll and count, and I have a really fun version of this for free that's very Halloween themed. So they would roll their dice and then put that many eyes on their monster until they fill up their monster. But there's other versions like with a treasure chest and alphabet soup, like little letters, or a piggy bank. So there's lots of different ways that you can play that game with anything you have, really. If you'd like a little more information about each of these games, I have a blog post link that explains them all, including differentiation tips that you can use in your classroom. I hope you heard some games that you would like to use in your classroom, and don't forget to grab your free sampler in the description box below. I'll see you next time.